So what are we gonna do today?
Going on a treasure hunt. Slash going to the metal shop.
To the Gunayala metal shop.
Gunayala metal shop. Hidden amongst the mangroves and whatnot. I'm not sure. I got sent some coordinates. I'm going to find out.
You've got coordinates for metal lying around in the bush.
Yeah,
That's
I have
pretty
hot
cool.
friends in high places. They give me coordinates. Soon enough I'll have the drone out and we can just fly it over there.
Awesome. Well, let's go and check it out.
Let's do it.
Well, the metal was supposed to be somewhere around here, but either our friends have already removed it or someone else has found the treasure before us. Bummer. My boom bang had never been working very well, so I decided to take it apart and clean it and re-grease it to see if it gets any improvement out of that. Another thing on my to-do list was to set up a preventer system that I had talked through with my rigger friend Tom in Guatemala, but I never got to set it up yet. So I hooked up a trial system to see if it would make sense to run it that way, and it seems to be working alright actually. Finally, I have a winch handle holder on my mast, which is a small addition, but a big impact. I'm about to get tarred and feathered, I think.
Tarred and feathered.
It's going to be interesting.
That comes later. That's the equator.
Oh, shit. So, what are we going to do today?
I think today I am going to put you through tarring the rig.
Well, tell us about your rig because it's different from mine. It's a traditional rig, I suppose, but what is it made of?
She is traditionally designed, so we have something that's called a serving that is wrapped around the wire to protect it. And so underneath it is galvanized wire, and to last the life length time we put, it's like a fine seine twine they call it. Originally it used to be marlin rather, that they wrap around it. And so that's what we've done. Basically, we mix it as a little bit of black paint, a little bit of majority pine tar, linseed oil, and some Jap dry. And so that mixture, basically, what it does is it totally seals, waterproofs and seals, because the line sucks it all in, and the sun dries it up, and it makes a very firm coating around the outside. The tar itself, we try to do it every year if we can. Traditional boats, because they have lots of amount of crew, they do it basically every month.
Wow.
Yeah, but we can't do that. And my background, sailed most all of my life. I was born on a boat, and I think my friends and I have figured out that I've spent more time on sea than I have on land. And other than that, that's what I do. My profession is a captain and a rigger, professional rigger. We do everything on our own. I'm not to say that we don't enjoy help from anybody that gives it to us, but most of the time we have found that it was cheaper and more feasible to look things up ourselves, learn what we needed to learn, and totally refit the boat on our own.
Who's our foreman today?
Our foreman. That would be Nico, the salty sea cow. At some point we ended up calling her the sea cow because she acts and looks a bit like a cow, a Jersey cow anyways. It has little black and white spots on her. And she's the dog on board. She watches and makes sure everything gets done right and finds the best position to always be in a relaxed mode. Teaches us that we should too.
The foreman is on her position, making sure that we're working well.
Joana is 70 feet. She's a steel custom-built boat from a fellow that was who was from Portugal, and a French woman in Quebec, and it was built in Quebec, Canada, and used for a sail training ship for Canada for a few years. And we found her in Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. And then I've been on the boat now for 10 years. Kathy owns the boat with me. We bought her, like I said, in Canada, and then we were sitting in yard for about 2 years in Florida, fixed her up on yard in Florida, and then we moved it through the Eastern Caribbean, from Eastern Caribbean to Cuba, from Cuba down to the coast, some through Honduras, and then Providencia to Panama, and between Panama and Colombia we've been now living down in this area and working and chartering Joana for going 5 years almost.
The canal crossing is getting closer and closer, and I need to call the authorities to make an appointment. But more about that next week.